Hello, Todd Bog here with Breaking the Stream, and welcome to a new Let's Play of Conquest of Elysium 4. This is a beginner-friendly playthrough, so if you're new to the series or new to the channel, feel free to join along, and you'll learn a bit about the game as it plays. I've been doing a series of these, so if you are interested in learning, they're all beginner-friendly as well. Some of them because I'm a beginner with those particular leaders, and you can see that. The most recent one is the Illusionist playthrough. I attempted it twice. Both times got to 4 videos, and then ended up having to stop because I was getting destroyed by one of the factions that kind of grew overpowerful. So it's going to happen. It is a roguelike for that reason, so it's just one of those things that will occur. So in this case, though, we're going to go ahead and start our game here, and we're going to start with a new leader. So we're going to go hit large. We're going to go Empire because we haven't played much in the Empire game mode. Click OK. We're going to add new players. So I typically run with 5 AIs at account difficulty. Or I'm sorry, 5 total players, myself included, account difficulty. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to return to the Voice of L playthrough. So if you haven't seen my first playthrough, don't worry. I'll explain the way it controls and everything like that as we go through. So as you watch the video, if I don't answer a question you might have on that first, it will be something I will address when it's more important. So just keep that in mind. So with that, we'll make sure everybody's unique, so we don't have any players that are not or that are the same. So we'll go ahead and create the game. So all right, so we'll go ahead and name ourselves Todd Bog, and here we go. So starting out, they're a pretty interesting faction. So let's see, spell wise, I've got the ability to banish any demons. I got the ability to convert. As a matter of fact, converting might be more useful. Greater banishment, and then mass conversion. So what does that mean? It means that I can convert enemy human troops, only affects humans, to our side and build my army that way. So very useful. I really like the spells he starts with. Henrique here has banish and conversion, so perfect. We're going to be a banishment machine here. So starting out, we don't have any ranged troops. We have halberdiers and we have spearmen. So we start out with 17 total troops. And then, of course, our lords. So let's go ahead and transfer them up because we're going to probably be moving out. So, and then we start with a hamlet and a farm. So, obviously we're spellcasters, but we also have special powers. So the first thing we can do is we can convert settlements, which I'll go into in more detail once I get to doing that. Also, since we're kind of modeled after Catholicism, we've got a lot of features that are similar. In this case, you are working to break seals. Your god is El. You're all-powerful, and he's the one you worship. And breaking seals is how he can send minions to you to strike at heretics. There's 7 seals. That might seem familiar for those of you who are familiar with some of these different things here related to Catholicism. But basically, as you break seals, more powerful minions will arrive, and eventually all 7 breaking will result in the apocalypse. And that, in this game, is really cool. Real life, I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. But you start seeing the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse arrive, and they are mean. If you want to see that, definitely check out my Dvala playthrough, as I did have to deal with one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and it was a rough fight. And the effects of that lasted for many turns after, so definitely cool. But last time I played the Voice of El, I only broke a few of the seals, and we never really got to see that come to fruition. So Divine Favor is basically the chance that El will provide some help, but it only happens after we break one of the seals. And then Bolster Devotion, there's a blessing, and that blessing gets more powerful the more you pump into that. As you can see, they use a special resource called Relics, which we're creating 2 from our home territory each turn. And then Ceremony Mastery is how I become the next level, which is Cardinal. So you start as Bishop. You can do the Ritual of Mastery, which I will show you. The Ceremony Mastery, sorry. Which will then allow you to become an Archbishop, so on and so forth. The top left here is Pontiff, and that's going to be important for certain things, but we'll show you what that means later. So, as it stands right now, though, we have a bunch of gobos. So we've got some mines nearby, which is interesting. This hamlet, though, is something I definitely want to take. And there's a ghoul, and that gives me a relic, so I definitely want to take that ghoul out. But right now, our first fight will probably be against these guys to get this iron mine. Ooh, that silver mine is very useful, though. Trolls are tough, though, because regeneration. They get 5% of their hit points back each round, which in this case would be about 3 per round. So he's a big fighter. These guys don't hit very hard at all. They're doing 1 to 2 damage. So we could probably take that silver mine. But I think we can wait a little bit on it. At this point, yeah, it just makes more sense to take out these pale ones real quick. So the pale ones are kind of neat. They're used to being in the dark, so they miss 20% of their attacks because of their bad sight. But they generally hit fairly hard, so that's 1 to 5 damage for the spearmen. And then these guys throw rocks as well, which is 1 to 2 damage. So, and then our guys, we can recruit. Spearmen, swordsmen are almost identical. Swordsmen just do more damage, which is why they cost additional iron. So they do 1 to 6 damage versus 1 to 4. Archers, this is the only range attacker we get. Bows are 1 to 3 damage at a range of 5. So we're stuck with them. There's crossbows available for other factions as well, which fire every other turn but do more damage, and that will be useful, as you will see in the future. Pikeneers are long range, so they can hit from 2 squares away. So if you have 2 ranks of them, both can attack. Normally your melee can only attack at 1 to 5 damage. Halberdiers just hit hard, 1 to 8 damage. Both of these guys have 1 armor, which reduces damage they take by 1. And then these are the Temple Guard. So these are blessed, which right now is just morale plus 1, but they'll get more powerful as we unlock more blessings. And then we have a catapult for sieges, which we'll get into later. You'll also notice the Temple Guards cost a relic in order to recruit. So that's going to be useful to keep in mind later. So right now we're getting 2 a turn. So we don't have enough gold to do any of that right now. So at this point, let's see. We're just going to go ahead and crash into this mountain here. And we'll go ahead and enter. So and we don't have any spells that we can cast on them because they're not affected by banishment or conversion. So this one, though, will be useful. We'll be able to take the hamlet, and we'll hopefully be able to convert 1 or 2 of them. So, all right, next commander done. So these early turns are going to go quick. So we converted 1, and we converted the other. So unfortunately, we couldn't convert them both at the same time, but we keep the captain at least. So you'll see now our force is bolstered with this captain. Captains are typically commanders, so they would show up here on this screen. But when you convert them, they just act as a stronger melee troop. So, all right. So now we have 3 action points. We're going to do some scouting. See what's out there. We got 2 levies. I think the relics are going to be more important first, so we're going to go ahead and take this graveyard and destroy this ghoul here. So, and we'll maybe get to see banishment in play. So, to see if it has this icon here when you look at them, that means they're banishable. Undead have a bunch of different protections. Obviously, they can't be put to sleep. They've got poison resistance. Undead take double damage from holy attacks, and then they're cold resistant. So this guy should go quick. As you can see, greater banishment crunched. Okay. So at this point, still not worth it taking that because it will slow us down. But I have to worry about that boar now, don't I? And I don't know if there's anything I can do other than kill it, so let's go kill it. If the boar takes my Temple of El here, then we die, and the game is over. And that isn't going to be very exciting for anybody, is it? So, there we go. Dead boars. So that unfortunately lost us a turn, but they did take our farm. So we'll go ahead and take that back for now, and next turn we'll be able to recruit. And that recruitment will get us some archers. So go ahead and snag those. And what we'll do is we'll do something twofold here. First, let's transfer. Let's get ourselves everybody on one army. Henrique will go ahead and use his special power to convert this settlement. Or, oh, it's already converted? No, it isn't. Why is Henrique not able to do that? Oh, because I have 2 gold. So I'm broke. Okay. Well, I'll show you what that means later. Henrique will stay there, and we'll do that. So, starting next to an ancient forest. That's great. Once we have the ability to burn it, we'll burn it down. You'll see why. Ancient forests are just fun. Alright, so we're going to head back here, and what we're going to do is we're going to transfer all but 2 of them. Those 2 archers will stay and defend, but now we'll have some ranged attacks. And we'll probably crash into Mr. Troll and the Gobos here. With the forces we've got, I think we'll be good. So Henry can stay in there, and we'll go ahead and end our turn. And okay. So we're going to use our special powers, and we're going to convert the settlement. It costs 3 gold. Now that gold that the farm is producing, 1/3 of that gold will always and forever go to the church, and that church money then gets spread out at the end of the year to all Voice of El players, depending on your rank, and you'll see that happen. More importantly, it'll be useful for future things because there is some other benefits to having converted settlements and everything, and you'll see what that looks like. Well, let's go ahead and crash into our troll friend here, and we'll go ahead and end our turn. And he keeps regenerating, as you can see there. So we did take some losses, which is unfortunate. We lost most of our halberdiers, so we're down to 2, and we just have the spear, but we now have access to much more in the way of resources, gold and iron. So overall, it's a net positive for us for sure. So that being said, we're going to march down and take that hamlet if we can. Henrique. So snow is nasty. Normally, most of the flat terrain is 1 action point. Everything else is 2 action points except for swamps and iron mines, which you can see by the boot icons, which are 3. So they take, but snow adds 1 to all of those. So now it's finally spring, so we're good there. Alright, so Todd Bog. Go ahead and try and fight these levies. And then we'll definitely fight those guys and see if we can convert them. That'd be nice. Alright, here we're going to go ahead and use our special powers. And you see, it's a larger settlement, so it takes more gold, and it actually takes action points. So we're going to do that, and that should use up all his action. But now we have that converted, and we're going to do the same thing with this one here. So slowly convert them over. And we now got a levy. Levies are pretty terrible, but hey, it's another body on the front, right? Oh, actually, it does 1 to 4 damage, so not bad. But he's stationary, so yeah, he can't go with. So we'll transfer units. Yeah, he's not part of the force. Okay, good. I thought there was downside to the levies. So we got dwarves here with a ballista. Really? Okay. Well, the ballista isn't terrible. We'll go ahead and do this first, though. This is a coal mine, gives you gold and iron, but more importantly, it will hopefully give me some soldiers. So, Henrique. Let's convert those settlements. And we'll go ahead and turn. There we go. Got ourselves an archer. Unfortunately, oh man, look at all these animals. So animals are always going to be roaming the world. It's always an interesting thing for sure. Market Village is great. You see it gives a relic, which is huge. The animals, though, they're going to roam the world. They're going to take over your stuff. You're going to always have to fight against them. And they spawn from things like this ancient forest here. So this boar here was probably spawned from the ancient forest. Always fun, right? At this point, though, we took this. I don't want them taking it back. So we'll go ahead and attack the dwarves here. Dwarves are hardier stock. They do 1 to 7 damage base, and they have 2 armor, so they block 2 damage, and then they have a shield which blocks another 0 to 1. So they also move faster through the snow and stuff like that, but this slows them down. This is a siege weapon, so normally they fire during the siege round, which is once every 2, and then they fire normally once every 4 rounds. So we'll get 1 good shot in, and then as long as it doesn't kill my leader, we'll be able to take it out before it gets to fire again, I believe. So, okay. Henrique has converted that. We'll come down here, and we'll go ahead and use our special powers to convert that. Now, you notice it had 2 action points. I only had 1 left, so it will take 1 from the next round. So, you'll see that happen there. So, all right, go ahead and turn. Yeah, so just straight up murdered my 1 guy. And it probably murdered another. But, alright, so this is that contribution I was talking about. So 52 gold was contributed to L. And then I get 17 of that. So it doesn't seem like much right now. But as I rank up, I get more and more of that. If I get a pontiff, then that pontiff will have direct control of all of that money. So it's very useful there. And then there are other side benefits, of course. So, all right, let's see, Henrique. Let's go ahead and go here. And what we're going to do is we're going to join these guys up here. But first, yeah, so we can take this farm down here and see what happens there. I can recruit back home, so let's go ahead and do that. I want to get more archers back home. And now I feel very secure that they won't take my capital. So that's good. And we're getting up there on our relics, so we'll be able to utilize that in just a bit here. So, and he didn't convert. He resisted my attempt, so he dies. All right, we have a bishop that's recruitable. Unfortunately, we don't have the gold for it, but so right now my bishop could bolster devotion, but we're saving up for the breaking of the first seal, and you'll see why that's going to be important soon. So let's see, Henrique, go ahead and convert this settlement. It's going to slow him down immensely, but it's going to happen. So we're going to convert this settlement as well, and we're going to combine these two. So, and now the reason I want to is I don't want Henrique to die. He's got some really useful spells. You just got to find humans to use it on. So hopefully one of our opponents will be human. Let's see if we can guess by names here. So we got Pippin. Pippin sounds like a Hoburger, so unfortunately they're not going to be useful. Tezcatlipoca would be humans. That's the, and forgive the murderous pronunciation there. Would be human though. They're the Priest King. Lower quality humans, but interesting. Libenius, I've ran against the Libenius before, and I don't remember what he is. And then Rock Soul. Rock Soul might be a not Deep Ones player, but the guys I fought here, which now the name escapes me. But all right, Henrique can't move at all, so we're done for now. I'll go ahead and turn. All right, yep, that's exactly what it is. So we got a bishop available. So let's see. So welcome to the Pale Ones. Sorry, Pale One player. So they've got a Penumbral, which is a life-draining melee attacker. They're ethereal, so 75% of our attacks will pass right through them. And then this guy is a Cavern White. He's got 2 armor, 16 hit points left, and he does a chunk of damage, 1 to 11. If you ever see the damage like this, that +4 isn't a +4 to the roll, it's a +4 to the maximum damage. The game is definitely very swingy in terms of damage, so you do 1 to whatever your top roll is, generally speaking. So, and it's done that way because it can be a different weapon equipped because of magic weapons and such. So the +4 is what they get for being so big and mean, and then everything else goes from there. So that said, our little force here may be able to wipe out this force. This is that is the wild card there. We do have banishment, though. Will I be able to banish this thing? Yes, he is banishable. So, yeah. And then this guy should be banishable as well. Yeah, so, yep, we'll crunch into him. There's no real great way to do it, so we're just going to go over the hill and into this. And we should be able to kill him unless he's got some hidden troops that we're not aware of. Go ahead and recruit our new bishop back home. So, we had a new commander now, Magnino. I'm just going to call him Magneto, I think. But he's got Blessing and Resist Magic, so not as good. Blessing is useful to improve your troops, but he doesn't get to convert, which is unfortunate. But we now have somebody who can take command of these archers here. And once we get enough gold, we'll use that to get him a melee line, and then we can at least take out some of these boars and deer that are harassing us, or will be. Alright, so we'll go ahead and sentry him up so we don't have to worry about selecting him each time, and we'll hit end turn. So, we banished what we could banish, and we only lost one troop, so that eliminates one enemy army from traveling on the map. But that means he's fairly close, so we're going to avoid going where they're at because they may have a bigger army. More than likely they will have a bigger army because the AI cheats at the difficulty level we're talking, but we'll see what happens there. So, yep, and there we go, another army, which we can't see right now. So the question is, do I want to go scout it? So this guy is huge, and he's the king of the deep, and he's going to be a problem because he has 126 hit points. He hits like a tank, and he's got enough of a line that he can probably murder us. So this might be the end of my video, in which case we'll see what we can do. Nope, he doesn't attack us. Beautiful. Yeah, because right now we don't have any good spells, and we're not going to be able to murder him. So he's going to have free reign over here. So we're just going to have to come back and do the same to him, I think. That's mountains. So we're just going to go here. We're going to lose all sorts of action points because it's just terrible terrain. But we're going to have to let him take things until we can get things done here. So, okay. This terrain's terrible. Okay, well, not much we can do about that. We have enough to break our first seal, which I want to do, but we'll have to wait for it. Alright. You know what? Let's do it. Use our special power. We'll break the first seal. Makes a nice little sound effect, right? So, end turn. Well, we did 2 damage to him. He did 15 to us, so... so we broke our first seal. We'll see what that actually means in a little bit. But we can recruit back home, which we're going to do. At this point... we've got the iron for it, so... might be worth getting some... I want to do the Temple Guard for the extra morale, but that, or the extra bonuses later, but I also don't want to affect that. You know what? We're gonna get Temple Guard. Screw it. We'll plan for the future. Okay. So as long as he keeps ignoring us, I'm happy with that. Magneto. No reason for you not to take that and come back. Let's see. We can get some of these troops here, so let's do that. See if we can convert some of them to our side. And that's it for that. So let's see what we got here. Alright, we got ourselves a couple of archers, it looks like, so that's good. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and do a recruit. And at this point, it's tough. We'll do more archers. Okay. So, Magnino. Take those archers and take these guys. And he's basically going to march his butt out. And they're going to join him here, I think, is where we're going to end up. And then we're going to go retake the things that we lost. We got 31 gold, a Paladin, and 2 Templars. Oh, that's great. Have come to our cause. So, Paladins are fantastic. They're level 1 magic users. They get they're combat casters, so they can cast in hand-to-hand combat, which is good because that's where they're going. They have 3 armor and a shield, so that means that they're blocking a lot of damage. They have lesser smite, so it does 1 to 13 damage, where it negates armor, and lesser banishment, so they can banish enemies. So, but that lesser smite's huge, so that's awesome. And then they've got the Templars, which will eventually be able to recruit, and they're just high-quality troops, do a lot of damage, have a lot of armor. They're just great. So, fantastic. Free zone. You're going to be joining us out here in the wilderness soon. So, we'll come here. Magnino. He'll come there. We're going to go ahead and take out this boar and get our hamlet back, and then we'll get everybody to meet up in the right spot here. Okay, we'll hit end turn. So as you can see, the gameplay is a lot of taking things, coming back, retaking your same things, and it's a little bit of a dance at times. So it's just one of those things that kind of comes up. Usually the advantage you have over the enemy, let's see, at this point we can take that and come back. The advantage you have over the enemy is that you're better at sorting and stacking your troops. Let's see, Todd Bog. So your armies, you can bring more firepower to the same spot usually than your opponent. So, Deer Tribe Bowman. He's just a regular bowman, just Deer Tribe-y. Alright, cool. And can do a recruit, so we'll go ahead and do that. We're going to get some more archers for that home. And then we're going to come and take that mine there, so everybody should have full movement. So we'll take the mine, and then we'll take the village, and then we'll see if we can find our friend. Fungus year. Mushroom and fungi seem to thrive and grow especially abundant this autumn. So all fungus income is doubled. Holy cause. So this is the reason why we're converting. So we got 2 flagellants have come to our cause here. So flagellants are pretty weak. They do 1 to 6 damage, which is good, but they have no armor, but they are blessed. And so as our blessing gets more powerful, these guys get more powerful. But they only show up in converted towns and villages. So right now we only got 2, but we'll be getting more as we go. And as you can see, the animals have taken over the village stuff too. So, all right, so we got that done. Let's we're gonna head back and retake the graveyard for the income. Again, we're gonna constantly be fighting to take over things, but we will get bigger and bigger, and eventually this will be pretty easy. So, okay. So the debate: do I need that? And they took my farm up there, of course, 4 snakes. Let's see if we can find excellent hamlet. That's what I'm looking for. Go ahead and end turn. And new halberdier has joined us. So excellent. So we're going to continue to push. The animals are going to continue to take my stuff. Silly ghouls. Alright, we're going to go ahead and retake this stuff now. Now that they've taken these 2 items, we got deer. It's just going to be annoying. So back home, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves... we're going to do another unit of Temple Guard. And we're getting close to being able to do another seal if we wanted to. Let's double check here. No, sorry. We can probably bolster devotion, though, and get that blessing started. And I think that's what we may do. So, yeah, we'll do that next round. So, winter, of course. So we'll have just enough to retake the hamlet. And banish. Soulless back to whence they came. So we do have a bishop that's recruitable, so that's good. Perfect timing. So we'll go ahead and recruit that bishop. We don't have the gold, of course. That's always the case. Okay, so we have a scout available. Let's see. And, man, these guys are frustrating. All right. Yeah, it sucks starting next to an ancient forest because they're just going to constantly spawn animals. So we're going to probably leave one of my... Yeah, we're going to probably leave Magnino to take over this stuff. So, Frezun... Okay, so the rest of you guys will come up here and attack. Frezun, with your troops here, we're going to go ahead and take that. And of course we're ambushed, but that'll be fun. Alright, I believe that's good, so we'll end a turn. Oh, snow fungus. Let's see, covered in snow. Yep. It's poisonous, so it's probably going to murder my guys, but... Oh! I'll be darned. Fungus are usually quite deadly in this game, so I'm very happy that he did not just flat out murder us all. So, all right. So Magnino, you go ahead and return here. You can go ahead and transfer these guys, and we'll have you murder snakes later. So. At this point, I kind of want to go over this direction, and we're going to put them all together again, and we're going to see where our blue friend came from, and maybe we can take him out quick before he gets too powerful. Let's recruit back here. Let's go ahead and get some more archers, and might as well transfer those archers. There we go. Okay. Paladin and 5 Templars. So, that's fantastic. Falfaroon. Alright. He's got Aura of God. So he can create Awe. Awe means that they have to make a morale check, and if they fail, then they can't attack. So that's very good. So, awesome. Jeez, that's just a great force at this point in time. So, yeah, no, I can't complain at all. So at this point, let's see, you need to just come, you'll catch up eventually. Because we're going to have to kill things for sure. 3 little soulless or 2 bears, huh? I don't want to go on either of those terrain types, but the bear would be more useful. Another ancient forest, well that explains everything. Magnino, let's go take back our farm again. And our paladin has gone, so go ahead and end turn. Snakes are pretty easy. They do poison. However, they are small, so they are tiny, I think is the term. So they're harder to hit with attacks. So 10 snakes. You can take on 2 ants, so we'll do that. So cool. Alright. You're just going to come here. At this point, might as well move there and turn. As you can see, these guys are heavy armor, so those archers aren't doing a lot. And they actually murdered a number of my guys, unfortunately. So we got another 31 gold, so that's good. Nice boost. Another snow fungus. Silly snow fungus. Yeah, so he's injured. So as your troops get hurt, they can get afflictions. And so he's got a chest wound, which reduces his hit points. He's now down to 4 total when they're normally 6. So that's rough. Yeah, strength reduced by 1, maximum hit points reduced by 20%. So, and obviously it rounds up in that loss. So not great. 7 serpents. That is alarming. They poison, so we're going to probably have to go back. Luckily, we know that snow fungus is there now, so we can probably murder that. Let's do a recruit action at home. Let's get ourselves some more Temple Guard. And transfer. And with those troops, we can go ahead and kill it. That snow fungus. Since it's not going to surprise us anymore. And this terrain is just worse and worse. Alright, let's do that. Okay, good. We've got a coal mine here, so that's another useful thing to have. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and turn. As you can see, they were poisoned. So, and if the battles are going fast for you, just understand it's intentional. Let's see. We can both meet up there now. Let's go ahead and do Todbog. We'll use your special power. And we'll do Bolster Devotion. So now we get increased morale. So if you were to look at a blessed unit like this guy is, we now get morale +2. So morale, additional morale, not huge right now, but it definitely will get better as we go. So just to make sure we're not getting surprised, some dwarves. So do that, and then Falfaroon will be able to join up, and then we'll be forever synced. So, and we got boars again. So we'll go ahead and clear them off of my iron mine here. And I'm going to hold on the recruit just in case there is a mage later. So boars can become berserkers as they get hurt. So there we go, nice and easy. A Paladin and 3 Templars. I cannot complain about this at all. It's amazing. Okay, so what do you have? So you don't have Smite. Smite's fantastic. I love Smite. So that will be something we'll look to power you up on later. It looks like we have control of our local area again, so why don't we meet you guys up and you guys can work together to explore down here. So, and Falfaroon. Okay, Falfaroon can come up here. And we'll make sure everybody's chosen. And we'll murder Moose. And they're done. And I think we'll go ahead and call it here. A little bit of a longer video, trying to get a good start for you guys to give you an idea what's out there. As you can see, the Voice of L player is definitely a little more straightforward than some of our other playthroughs. And definitely a lot more luck because of the Blessings of L. Having 3 straight Templar benefits, fantastic. Keep them coming. Thank you. But as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And, you know, please join me for this wild ride. It's going to be a blast, and hopefully we'll see some cool and crazy stuff. So with that, I will bid you guys farewell.